USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show, starring Ian Pelham Turner and Helena CHARD. Brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence, Investors in People. This program is brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence and founder, Mr. Philip Sykes, building confidence, changing lives. Do you share our view that etiquette is a set of modern life skills that are essential for personal and professional success? Join us as an etiquette coach and change people's lives through the power of etiquette and manners.
The last few days have been really amazing. I had a trainer course from the British School of Etiquette.
And I must say it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made and one of the best investments I've made in my own training and development.
Now, words alone will not describe the transformation and the positive path that I have traveled with the British School of Etiquette.
I find I learned a lot from the lessons this time I came.
The last few days with the British School of Etiquette have been fantastic.
And what I've learned now is really beyond my expectations.
This is the most rewarding experience and the best investment I have made this year.
It was just great. I learned so much, and when I go back to Belgium I will incorporate a lot of it into my day-to-day life and business.
It's been absolutely wonderful for the whole week that we were here.
I feel transformed, and I feel like blowing a trumpet and tell people, come and do this school, this class is the best, this is the best school ever.
You should take it. It will change your life immediately.
I am now able to teach other people how to bring the best of them.
Thank you.
Thank you, BSc.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to our clients for their testimonials on the Train the Trainer program. Our exponential and global growth is so significant that we have evolved from the British School of Etiquette to the British School of Excellence, where we're investors in people. Let us invest in you and your career. Contact us to become an etiquette coach. Go to thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. Start your career and elevate your success today.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show on ALB UK Television. My name is Ian Pelham Turner. Let's roll the titles and get on with the show. Firstly, as you can see, I'm by myself today. Unfortunately, Helena CHARD has got a terrible cold, bless her heart, so we send her all the best wishes. We start off today with a royal story. The royal story is called The Merry Wives of Windsor. Why? Because really the three ladies, Princess Anne, Queen Camilla and the Duchess of Edinburgh, have taken over all the roles of the royal family right now and are rushing across the country doing all sorts of events. But they are smiling, they are moving things forward, and they are keeping the royal family, known as the firm, in a presence as well. So they have done the most incredible work. At the moment, obviously, Prince Charles, or King Charles as I should say nowadays, is resting. Kate is also in a similar mode at the moment. And obviously Prince William is looking after Kate. So a lot of the royal family have really been taken from normal view. And so it's the Merry Wives of Windsor who are carrying on. We move on from there to this incredible story about a young man called Ben Newman. He's known as Spudman. Basically, for many years now, he's had this canteen where he operates in Leicestershire in the middle of England, where people can queue up and have a spud, a potato with fillings inside. Recently, he decided to go onto TikTok. All of a sudden, he's now got millions of views and people will queue up for 3 hours just to get one of his spuds. He's become world famous to the point where people from all over the world, when they're coming to England, they're now coming to meet Spudman as well. So my goodness me, it just goes to show you entrepreneurship can work, and TikTok especially. What an incredible story in the first place. And this man now is making up to £6,000 a day, 1,500 potatoes at the moment he may be doing in one session. And he has a queue sometimes that is so long it can take them up to 3 hours to get their potato. And finally, I have to say, this is breaking news. Lewis Hamilton, who signed a contract with Mercedes, 100 million, has decided now to move to Ferrari instead. And so it is now thought that his new contract, which will start in 2025, is worth 40 million. So the reality is that he is one of the most richest men in sports today, and again is trying to become successful as he hasn't won a title for the past 2 seasons. So we stop there, and in a second we will have our first interview of the day with Miss England. Stay tuned. And now I'm so pleased to introduce Miss England, our current Miss England, Jessica Gajan. And welcome, Jessica. What a story you've got to tell.
Thank you so much.
So basically, you're the current Miss England, and you're off to Mumbai, I think, in March, aren't you, for the Miss World competition? Now, how do you feel about that?
Oh, I'm really excited. We all actually fly out in 2 weeks. So 2 weeks today, I'll be on the plane, and then we have 3 weeks of competing, and then the grand final on the 9th of March. So I can't wait. It's going to be so good.
And I know you want to, these days, promote aerospace engineering, which is really your topic. Do you feel that a competition like Miss England, you can actually talk to young girls as well and really suggest that this might be a great really job for them at the same time?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So I think the reason I was potentially scouted was because I was very vocal about studying aerospace engineering. I realised when I was in the first year of my course that there really wasn't many girls studying that subject, or mechanical engineering as well. And I didn't know why. And I thought, you know what, I'll use my platforms to essentially promote everything that you can do by studying engineering. So I don't have to be an aerospace engineer with my degree. I have access to so many different industries because I'm equipped with so many different skills. And I thought, I want to communicate this. And so when I was scouted for Miss England, I thought this is brilliant because there's so many girls who look at this competition for a whole manner of reasons. And this is another reason that they can look at it. It's about being passionate about something and using the platform for good. And mine was all about getting more women into STEM careers.
And is it true that you've been to NASA as well?
Yes, so recently I was taken out to the US by the ISS National Lab, and I spent some time in Florida, and I was actually touring a lot of the space facilities on the Space Coast with the Boeing exploration team. But I did get to have special access and go inside the complexes which aren't usually meant for visitors, which were some of NASA's buildings. So like the VAB, which is the Vehicle Assembly Building, that's where they assemble the rockets before they take them out to the launch pad and fire them up. So yeah, that was pretty amazing. I wouldn't have expected that to have come from my whole Miss England journey, but it did, and I'm really grateful for it.
And it begs the question, would you like to go into space yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. When I was out there back in October, November, I was just around the space community all the time, and I just felt so welcomed. And I mean, I'm very in the know about the things which are happening in space, the technology that we are creating aboard the ISS, which is going to benefit human life. And I want to be a part of that change. I want to be a part of creating all of these wonderful things which is going to benefit human life in the future. And space is where we're making all of these developments. So hopefully I can communicate that with my cause as well.
So where do you see space exploration going as well? Because obviously we've just landed on the moon, haven't we? And I think at Mars now. Is it sort of something within your lifetime that you think we can actually populate the moon, for example, and have moon villages?
I think we can make advances where obviously we've had quite a few landers on the moon over like recent years and back in the 60s and 70s. I think more than anything it will be in my lifetime research done, and just because it's extremely hard to set up a new colony on the moon, and Mars is obviously even further than that. So I can see there being a lot of research done, but I can't see just yet there being obviously whole like villages built, because there's so much infrastructure that needs to be in place for that to happen, and we are still in the very early stages of research and development. So where I'm partially interested, most interested, I should say, is, developing technology aboard the ISS where we are improving human life. So, for instance, there's a company called Redwire Space who are 3D printing biomaterials in space right now. They recently 3D printed a meniscus, which is part of your knee, and this is paving the way for us to be able to 3D print organs so that we won't need people to transplant anymore, which is absolutely incredible, and people don't know about it. So part of my role as Miss England, I am trying to educate about that.
Excellent stuff. What's it like to be Miss England now? What type of things have you done over the past few months?
So I've done so much traveling whilst I've been Miss England, which has been fantastic. Through that, I've got to meet a lot of different people, and then I've got to meet people who are involved with the different charities that the organisation supports, and learn about the roles that they play within the charities and what they do. And then aside from that, I've been able to use the platform to advance on my own campaign to get more girls into STEM careers. And so I actually go around to schools in the UK and do talks for free for children to educate them as to what engineers do and the different possibilities available. And then, essentially like empower people, because engineering's quite a hard degree, if I say so myself from experience. And I think sometimes it's easy to feel lonely. So I reassure people, like, it's okay if you're not feeling great about a certain module. Other people probably didn't either. Essentially I've just had a fantastic time the past few months. It's been amazing.
Excellent. So would you advise young girls who are thinking about it, have a go?
Absolutely, yeah. Because I always say, if there's something that you really want in life, and you really, 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 really want it, then don't leave it up to somebody else to go and get it. You know, the best things in life aren't easy to get. If they were, everybody would have them already. You know, hard work does pay off, and it might take you so many tries. You might take 10 hours to understand a concept that takes somebody else 10 minutes. But that doesn't matter, because the examiner doesn't know. You know, it's all relative, really. But if you really want something, it doesn't matter if you have to take a different route. I had the wrong A-levels. I had to go to a separate university to study physics for a year. Then I was finally allowed access to the University of Liverpool, where I did my degree in aerospace engineering. So it wasn't straightforward.
No,
but
absolutely.
I did it.
Anyway, thank you so much for your time. I could talk to you all afternoon. Unfortunately, time is against us today. So thank you so much for coming on. That's Jessica Gajan from our current Miss England. Good luck in Mumbai, and come back after you become Miss World.
Thank you. I absolutely will.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. Now, welcome back. Now we have the most incredible fashion designer who is really interested in sustainable fashion. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, Ian. Hello, everyone. My name is Katerina Tikuchova, and I'm a fashion entrepreneur that focused on sustainability, ethics, and technologies. So I came to London to do my master's degree in fashion entrepreneurship and innovation at London College of Fashion.
Now, I know you've got an event coming up in April. Tell me all about the event.
Yes, with my long passion for animals, I strongly believe that no one should suffer and die for our sense of beauty and style. And that's why I was focusing on sustainable fashion and ethic fashion. So I want to combine, the main idea of the event is to combine sustainable fashion with digital fashion and to give the visitors such kind of,
It's great because you're doing, I mean, an incredible job. So you're obviously passionate about it. What created the passion in the first place?
I'm passionate about ethical fashion, about sustainability, and that's why I want to make this event. It's gonna call the Fashioning a Kinder World. And the main idea is to showcase sustainable designers and digital designers, so we can give the visitors the opportunity to get this emerging experience of digital fashion. And we are going to make a sustainable runaway show among sustainable designers. It will be a competition with experts, jury, and prizes. And also there will be different panel discussions on sustainability, digital fashion, the future of fashion, different challengers. And moreover, we're going to make a special space for digital designers.
And tell me, we can see some of these images on screen now as well. So this is all part of the event in April. How can people get in contact with you?
So if you want to collaborate and be a part of this event, please find me on LinkedIn. My name is Katerina Tikuchova, and I will be happy to collaborate with digital designers, sustainable designers, or if you want to be a sponsor of this event.
Okay, and so what are you seeking from a sponsor?
I'm looking for people who are also passionate about sustainability or technologies, and it can be a great opportunity for brands to make a really great, promotion of their brand because we can use the new technologies, 3D visualization, motion design to promote your brand. And I have got a lot of ideas how we can do this event on a really great level.
You're doing so well, bless you, this afternoon. And finally, what do you think London has brought you? You came to London, I know, to study, but do you think London has brought you values as well to actually help you in your career?
Yeah, London is a really great place. I think that it's one of the best places if you want to study sustainability and if you want to create a business, like innovative business. And I had such a great experience because I made my dissertation connected with technologies, NFTs in fashion, and this experience gave me so many contacts in this field, and right now I have got a lot of talented people from the industry that I can work together. So it's one of the main things that I get from London. And
excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. So we have a short space of time today for it, but thank you so much. And we'll have you back again, more to talk about your event. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And now my great friend Philip Sykes from the British School of Excellence is on the show, as usual, giving more terrific advice. Philip, good afternoon.
Very, very good afternoon, Ian. Lovely to see you as always. I'm sorry that we haven't got the lovely Helena with us, but I think you and I'll have to just entertain the audience as best we can.
Absolutely. Well, we'll try our best, Philippe. So Fortune magazine this week has been saying that up to 60% of businesses may be using some form of etiquette, especially eye contact. Now, what have you got to say about this?
Absolutely. And it was a fantastic article to receive because obviously in our industry, it's what we do. It's what we focus on. It's giving people that incredible confidence to put their best foot forward. And eye contact is one of the most crucial elements of building trust and rapport with people. Now, having said that, in certain cultures, eye contact might just be very minimal because it prolonged eye contact, and not that we should do prolonged eye contact. Funny enough, our guidance here at the British School of Excellence is make eye contact for 3 seconds to ascertain the color of the person's eyes, and then go to the human triangle where you would look at the nose, the chin, the cheek, maybe the left ear, the right ear, and so forth, and then back to the eyes. So you would keep connected. And eye contact is really, really essential in all through life. And it really is something that has sort of fallen by the wayside. And I truly believe that comes from people being too focused on their digital equipment and that sort of thing, and they just haven't been shown or given the understanding of how important eye contact is. So this whole journey that was produced by Fortune.com was fascinating to read, because if you think about it, and this is something I mentioned last week on the show, was yes, there's B2B and yes, there's B2C, but this is H2H, human to human, and this is what companies need to be focusing on.
So, Philip, this week Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister, has really started a new campaign to get more young entrepreneurs, helping with the finance, marketing and so forth. You've got a tremendous amount of experience. You are seen as one of the top businesses in Britain these days as well. So what advice would you give to young entrepreneurs?
For me, firstly, with young entrepreneurs is to have resilience, because that is something I think a lot of people give up too easily. And it's often, they say, it's often at the 11th hour, you know, the darkest time of the night is just before the sun rises. And that can be the moment where it really does trigger, and all of a sudden things come in and fall into place. I think resilience, determination, understanding how to connect and communicate with people. Communication is absolutely fundamental. And not only communication, but there's that wonderful, wonderful word, empathy. Empathy is possibly one of the most important skill sets and tools that you can adopt. And the beautiful thing about empathy, even though you may not be an empathetic person, you can learn about empathy. You can learn how to be more empathetic. And Ian, I could honestly go on and on and on. I mean, apart from those sort of people skills, you know, you need to define what is your purpose. Find out what you really jump out of bed for in the morning. Because if you're pursuing something that you don't have any passion for or any connect with, then you're going to fall down. And the other one is, as people always say, is set very, very clear goals. Do your research.
So would you say that the best businesses for people are the ones that they are passionate about personally?
I think in the grand scheme of things, for me, you're very fortunate if you find something you're passionate about and you can turn it into a business. And having said that, that's something that I've managed to do. I've always loved putting people first and helping people put their best foot forward. Hence, one of the reasons why the British School of Excellence was formed and founded. Having said that, even if you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel in the beginning, and you pursue your passion, and you surround yourself with the right people. In other words, surround yourself with people that are better than you. Surround yourself with people who are incredibly positive and people who will encourage you and put you in line to really, I think, make those decisions, especially when you find that things are getting a bit tough. And we've been there. We've been sort of really struggling at times in the organization where those sort of people that I've incorporated myself with have really instilled confidence and encouragement to push things forward.
So if you were to give your 15-year-old, 20-year-old self now as a young person, what would be the one bit of advice from the experience that you've had that you would give your former self?
What a great question. Ian, I would have got an amazing coach, a mentor. Not that I didn't have people guiding and steering me as a youngster, but I'm talking someone who has got experience in business, who've cut their teeth rough, they've been around the block a few times, but to take on board someone who really could guide, steer, and point you in the right direction, pull you up when you're about to make before you make a mistake. I know we learn from our mistakes, but we will learn along the journey, but that person's obviously made big mistakes and learned very quickly, or maybe the long haul, and then they can share that with you. So that's definitely the guidance and steering I would have absolutely given myself that sort of advice. And if you think about it, if you equate it to a top sportsman, and most sportsmen are discovered at a fairly young age, and you look at the coaching and the development that goes into those individuals, and if you can equate yourself in going forward in life, think about being coached as a top athlete, and you will absolutely understand the power of coaching and really drive to drive yourself forward.
And I know each week you do a show with USA Global TV in America as well. What is the type of things that you think an American audience is looking for from British business?
Actually, great question again, as always, Ian. Just this week, an old colleague and friend of mine put together a very interesting Facebook post on the importance. He said, give me your youngsters and I will turn them into lions. And he went through the journey of the importance of etiquette and manners, the importance of understanding how to show up, how to perform, how to be punctual, how to conduct yourself in certain meetings, your dress code, how dining etiquette is so important. And again, I think what's beautiful about the power and importance of etiquette and manners and building and developing your emotional intelligence is that, you adopt a very open mindset, and you're willing to learn, and you're willing to go out there and find the way to connect with people especially from different cultures and different backgrounds, because it's not just the British way is the correct way. I'm not saying that at all, but I do believe that the British way is definitely quite a universally well appreciated and well accepted mannerism that people, adopt and take on board and also in return appreciate.
Excellent. And Philip, finally, as usual, how can people get in contact with you?
The best way to contact us is through our email address, which is hello@thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. And please do look at our website, which is www.thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. We've got lots of material on there. We've got incredible articles on there. We've got dates and lists of up-and-coming courses and great resources. And through there, you can also access our social channels where we share a lot of important information.
Phillips, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. As always, such great, valuable information. Thank you.
A pleasure. Thank you, Ian.
Well, that's the end of our show for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm very sorry that Helena hasn't been here today, but poor thing, she's got a terrible cold at the moment. And her voice is almost gone as well. So that's one of the problems when you are in presenting that you can face from time to time. But from me, Ian Pelham-Turner, on ALB UK Television, the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show, goodbye and see you next week.
Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.